Good morning, beauties. Hello. Happy Thursday. It's good to see you. I just need a little something on my lips because they're feeling a little dry. Hi. So today, that did not even help. I'm sorry. I should have done this before I pushed live. Today, we're going to talk about building faith, hope, and trust in yourself and your future. And this is kind of the overarching, umbrella for these things is really confidence. So I'm going to talk about how faith, hope, trust in yourself, and confidence all kind of go hand in hand, and how that is the secret sauce for you creating your next chapter in a way that feels fucking good to you, okay? Because that's my goal for you. Now, I haven't been able to see your comments in real time, and I'm sure it's operator error, but so I'm on my phone. I'm going to be looking at my computer to see your comments because I apologize. The previous lives, you guys are commenting and I can't see them, so I can't respond. So that kind of defeats the whole purpose of going live. But anywho, I have my notes here. And I'm really, really excited for this live today because this is one of the cruxes of what I help women with. It's confidence, it's trust in themselves, it's hope for their future, it's looking at the possibilities instead of the obstacles. It's helping women in midlife create their next chapter in a way that fucking lights them up. Because we get to this point and we've been kind of like on autopilot. We've kind of been just in survival mode, just kind of dealing with the punches as they come, from life, the life punches. And so we're just kind of in this survival mode, or we've been just kind of on autopilot, and we're not really thinking, how can I create my next best version of myself and my life, right? And in my opinion, one of the key ways to do that is through your confidence, through your trust in yourself, through your hope for your future, that desire to have something more, something better, something juicier, right? Something more fulfilling. Because it's okay. A lot of us get to this point and we're kind of just stagnant and we're settling. And that's normal, by the way. Okay, so nothing is wrong with you. So anyway, that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm going to give you some tools that you can use if you feel like your confidence is lacking, if you feel like maybe your self-trust isn't as strong as it could be, if you don't feel hopeful for your next chapter, whatever that is, right? I'm going to give you some tools today that you can use so you can hopefully create a life that feels good. You can become the woman that you are destined to be, right? Because if you want something different, you're going to have to do something different, right? If you're feeling like you're stuck or you're in this place and you don't really know how to get the things you want, you don't know how to make your dreams come true, right? If you're in that place, you're going to have to do something different to figure the fuck out, okay? So I'm going to give you some tools today that you can do that. Confidence isn't some like characteristic that you either have or you don't, right? It's not a personality trait that you're just born with, right? It's not even a feeling. I mean, it is, but it's not just a feeling. Confidence is something you choose, okay? I'm gonna say it again. Confidence is something you choose, okay? And if you're not choosing confidence every day, that's how we get in that stuck and stagnant place, right? Choosing confidence every day is what is gonna take you to your next best life, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly how to choose confidence every day. Because, we get to this place and sometimes we doubt ourselves, right? We hesitate before we make decisions. We overthink things. That's me. I'm the queen of overthinking. Actually, I used to be the queen of overthinking. I'm so much better now. And we tend to shrink ourselves. We tend to keep our voice quiet. We tend to, or not quiet, but we don't say the things that we really want to say, right? This all has to do with our confidence, our self-trust, our belief in ourselves, our hope for something different, okay? And we're gonna talk about that today because the woman who's confident, the woman who trusts herself, who has hope for her future and faith in her abilities and capabilities, she's not going to shrink herself for anyone. She's going to walk into a room boldly and she's going to ask for what she wants. She's going to figure out how to get it and she's going to get it. And I want that woman to be you. Okay. Your confidence, and like I said earlier, your confidence, your faith in yourself, your hope for the future, your trust in yourself, they all go hand in hand, right? They're like this. So faith, what does that mean? That means believing in yourself and your capabilities. You have the faith in yourself that you can be the woman who lives her dreams, right? Hope, what does that mean? That's this expectation, this beautiful expectation for your future, right? That this expectation that your desires and your dreams are all in your future and they're just waiting for you to grab them, right? Trust, what does that mean? A firm belief and reliability in your strength, right? That your desires, your intuition, your abilities, your capabilities, this deep trust in yourself, right? And especially your intuition. Like when I think of self-trust, I think of my intuition, and whether or not you listen to your intuition or not, that will tell you how much self-trust you have, okay? And hope for your future. I mean, that's what this is all about, right? Kind of building these things within us, our confidence, our self-trust, our hope, our faith, right? So we can really believe that the best is yet to come, right? We get a lot of times, we're kind of sent the message that, that aging is hard, or aging is bad, or aging is, that getting older, that you're not going to have as much fun or as a fulfilling life as you did when you were younger. And that's bullshit, right? What if your best years are ahead of you? Have you ever thought of that? That's hope. That is having that hope for the future, right? And we're going to talk about that today. So what if instead of saying, I don't have confidence in myself, you said, I don't have faith in myself, or I don't have trust in myself, or I don't have hope for my future, right? It's basically the same thing as not having confidence in yourself, but doesn't it hit different to say, I don't have hope for my future? I don't have trust in myself. That kind of hits deeper, right? It hits harder than if we were just to say, I don't have confidence in myself, right? Okay, I'm going to look over here and I'm going to see if I can see, well, I can't see the live at all, so I won't be able to see the comments. So I'm so sorry. There are definitely times in my life when I didn't fully have faith in myself. I was going through my divorce. I second guessed myself to death, and to my detriment. Like I did not have trust in my intuition. That's that self-trust. I didn't have faith in myself that I was making the right decision. I didn't have hope for my future. I was scared as fuck, honestly. But it changed all that. What changed all that was really digging deep, and just deciding to love myself so much beyond anything or anybody else in my life, to love myself so much that I listened to my intuition, right? Your intuition knows. Your intuition always knows. And we get so good as women not listening to that intuition. We listen to all these things outside of ourselves to try to tell us, what we should do or what we should want or who we should be, right? No. Our intuition is what it can guide us there. But I was disconnected from my intuition, like I know many of you are, right? But I decided to love myself so much that I was going to listen to my intuition. And it wasn't easy. It took work, right? This is how I started to build my confidence though, right? I looked for evidence that my intuition knew what she was talking about, because she always does. I was looking for evidence that I could be happy on the other side of this pain, right? And I was looking for the evidence that I was making the right decision for me, okay? So, before we really get going, if you're watching live, say hey, say hi, let me know you're here. I'm going to try really hard to see how I can see the comments. And if you're watching the replay, put in #replay just so I know you stopped by. And, oh my gosh, my phone is sending me messages. Go away, phone. Drop a fire emoji in the chat and let me know that you are ready to build your confidence, build your self-trust, build your hope for the future, right? And build faith in yourself and your next best life. So, real talk. overthinking, because I know this for a fact, and self-doubt are the things that are keeping you stuck. That's what's keeping you like you're in quicksand, right? It's not all these other excuses that you give yourself or the things that you tell yourself are the reasons why you're stuck. No, it's your overthinking and it's your self-doubt, right? And wrapped up in that is your fears, your limited beliefs, all that. But that's what's keeping you stuck, right? So maybe, sometimes maybe when you get this great idea, but you don't move on this great idea, or maybe you want to tell somebody something like that's really kind of important, but you don't automatically move on it. You don't automatically do it because you're second guessing yourself. You're thinking, well, what are they going to say? Or what's going to happen? Or should I really do this? Should I really say this? Right? It's when our brain really fucks us up. Because your intuition is giving you this idea. Your intuition is putting something in your head, and our brain then kind of derails it. And that's what we need to unwind from. We need to rewrite all those things that our brain tells us why we can't be, do, and have certain things, okay? Maybe you want to speak up at work or in a relationship, right? Maybe you want to go for a new opportunity, something that's kind of a little out of your comfort zone, but really, kind of excites you. Maybe you need to send a hard text to somebody. Maybe you want to wear a really fun and funky outfit, but it's kind of outside of your normal jeans and t-shirt. Whatever it is though, there's all these things that we have these things come into our heart and mind, and then bam, our brain takes over and jumps in with, well, what if I look stupid? Or, well, what are they going to say? Or, well, what if I fail? Right? Those are the things that are keeping you stuck. And I'm telling you, it's time to shut those down because we don't have time for that. We don't have time for our mind to hold us back, right? I hate to kind of be harsh about it, but who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? Who knows how much longer we have on this planet? So why are we fucking waiting? Why are we listening to that critic in our brain that is keeping us from doing and being and having all the things that we desire? Right? Maybe some of the things we don't even know we desire because we've pushed them so far down, right? So the next time you feel a nudge to do something, whatever it is, if it aligns with the bold and confident version of you, do it. Raise your hand, hit send, take the damn step. Because confidence, like we've talked about before, I wrote a whole blog post on this, confidence doesn't come from feeling ready. It comes from taking the action, especially if you have doubt or fears, right? Because this is how you build your self-trust and your faith in yourself and your hope for the future, okay? This is how you build it, right? By acting before you're ready, by taking the scary step before you feel confident, right? Building your trust, building your hope, building your faith. Confidence is something that you have to practice. It's not like a switch, either you have it or you don't. No, confidence is something that it's like a muscle you build, right? The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So think about anything you're good at. Like, what are you good at? Cooking, art, maybe, whatever. You didn't start out great. You had to practice over time. You had to do it over time and build that muscle. Confidence is exactly the same way. But if you let your self-doubt override it, you're never able to truly build that muscle and you're never able to live the life you desire, okay? So stop waiting to feel confident. Instead, decide, I am a woman who acts even when she feels uncertain, okay? Write that down. I am a woman who acts even when she feels uncertain, okay? That's how you build your confidence, also known as your faith, your hope in your future, trust in yourself, okay? You build it from the inside out. So what is one decision you can make today where next level you can step into those shoes, right? What's one decision you can do today? Maybe something you've been waiting on, something you've been overthinking to death like me, right? Where do you want to step into next level you right now, today? We're not waiting to become her. We're going to take a step that she would take today. Because guess what? That's how you build her. That's how you become the next best version of you, is acting as her now, right now. So ask yourself, if I already had the faith, the hope, and the trust in myself, How would I show up today? What would I do differently? Okay. So if you already had that confidence that you want, the self-trust that you want, the faith in yourself that you want, the hope for your future that you want, how would you act differently? What would you do today, right, to act like her? Okay. Would you speak up more? Would you stop apologizing just for, you know how women over apologize all the time? Like you say sorry, even you don't even know you're saying sorry. It's kind of like our default. Would you say hell yes to some opportunities that you've been kind of overthinking? Would you initiate that hard conversation? I mean, believe me, when I had to talk to my husband, my ex-husband, about a divorce, that was the hardest fucking conversation I've had in my life. How about asking for a raise? You need to ask for a raise at work, or do you need to kind of speak up at work, right? Whatever it is, what decision that could you make today like that most confident version of you, right? What decision could you make today as her? Yeah. Because that's how you build your faith, your trust, your hope, your confidence, right? Is by making one small, aligned, something that's aligned with who you are on the inside, what you want, right? Bold decision. By making a decision like that, that's how you become the best version of yourself. And by the way, create your best fucking life. Call, no thank you. I'm going to share 3 tools with you that you can use. So I want you to walk away, take one of these tools, whichever one feels best for you, and just see what happens, okay? First is your daily evidence journal. I am a huge journal fan. I journal daily. I have my clients journal. It's literally free therapy or free coaching. So if you're not journaling, I suggest you start journaling. And if you need help, get in my DMs. I'm happy to give you some ideas on how you can use journaling is to help you get what you want. So each day in your journal, at the end of the day, I want you to write down the things that felt good. Okay. I don't know why my phone keeps telling me this. Oh, there's that little bubble. How funny. I want you to write down the things that felt good today, the decisions that you made that were aligned with your values and what you want. What actions did you take, that maybe you were uncomfortable about? Maybe you got out of your comfort zone a little bit, but they moved you forward, right? And even the actions that you took that were a little scary, maybe that didn't move you forward. Maybe it wasn't the right step per se. But like I've said before, there is no failure. There is no wrong step, right? It's just all evidence. It's all research. You're learning, if you do one thing and, you go this way and it didn't work out, well, guess what? You go back that way, right? There is no failure, okay? When you're trying to create your best life, there's no such thing as failure. You're just learning. You're figuring it out. So just write down at the end of the day all the little signs, all the little things that happened that, are proof that you can trust yourself. You can make empowered choices, right? If you made a bold move, if you said something that you've been holding in, if you did something you've been putting off, I still have to do my taxes. I need to do that. That'll help me feel more confident and trust myself. But it's such a anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But I want you to collect evidence that it is safe to trust yourself, okay? So I want you to use your journal as a way to prove to yourself you can trust your intuition. You can have hope for your future. You can have faith in your abilities, in your capabilities. You are a woman who can be confident and confidently choose her next chapter, okay? So journaling, that's your first tool. Your second tool is I want you to do embodied affirmations, okay? And embodied just basically means we're not just going to think about it in our brain. We're really going to have it be a part of who we are, okay? And affirmations are basically just sentences, mantras, phrases that help you feel empowered, okay? So instead of just saying affirmations or writing them in a journal, which I love doing because the movement of your hand, excuse me, helps the affirmations sink in a little deeper, right? But what we're going to do is we're actually going to embody the affirmation. So we're going to stand up. I like to put my hands like on my heart, right? You can close your eyes if you want to. Stand with a really tall posture, right? And as you take your breaths, just like feel your body, feel the air going in and out of your chest, okay? So as we're doing this, I want you to say your affirmations to yourself, whatever they are, whatever is going to help you feel empowered and confident, okay? And if you need some help with this, if you need some affirmations, get in my DMs. Let me know. I can help you come up with personalized affirmations that work just for you. I mean, there's generalized ones. Good grief, sorry. There are general affirmations we can use, like, I am confident, right? You can definitely say that, right? You're standing tall, you got your hands on your heart. I am confident, right? Or you can have some that are more personalized to you. And if you need help with affirmations, get in my DMs. I will help you, because this is a tool that fucking works. It helps you rewire your brain. It helps you think more confidently, but also it helps you embody the affirmation. Okay, so we're not just thinking about it, we are embodying the affirmation so we can become that person. We can become confident. Okay, that's a great tool. The third tool I want you to use, or I want you to pick from, is called the Fuck Yes List. Okay, so again, get your journal. Love me the journal. And I just want you to make a list, just like a brain dump. Just make a list of all the things that feel like a fuck yes in your life. All the things you want to do, maybe some of the things you're already doing, right? Maybe it's experiences, people, desires, just things that when you think about excite you, make you feel good, light you up, right? This is your fuck yes list, okay? Prioritizing these is telling your brain these are important. These fun things that excite you, light you up, make you feel good, these are important. So when we're making this list, we're telling our brain these are important, okay? And it reminds you of what's possible. It reminds you that your future can involve all these things that you're putting on your fuck yes list, okay? Your future is filled with these possibilities, right? But I think you have to tell yourself, and you have to kind of tell the universe, this is what I want. This feels fucking good to me, right? So make your fuck yes list. So let me know in the comments, which of these feel good for you? The fuck yes list, embodied affirmations, or your daily evidence journal. Let me know in the comments if any of those speak to you, or you're going to try any of those, okay? I want to hear from you. Drop in the comments, okay? Okay, I'm moving on, sorry. So let me know which of those tools feel good for you. Now, I want to know what area of your life, and you can send me a DM. If you're not comfortable dropping it in the comments, send me a DM. One area of your life that you're ready to stop hesitating and start trusting yourself, okay? What's one area of your life that you're ready to feel hopeful about? Or what is one area of your life that you want faith in yourself? Okay? When I was sharing with you, when I was going through my divorce and how I wasn't trusting myself, I wasn't feeling faith in myself, I wasn't hopeful about my future, right? That's a shitty place to be. Like when I think back to that time in my life, that's a hard place to be. And I don't want that for you. So tell me, what's an area in your life you want to have faith in yourself? What is one area you're ready to feel hopeful about? And what's something that you're ready to trust yourself? You're ready to stop hesitating and trust yourself in. Let me know in the comments or send me a DM, because I want you to create your next best chapter. And if you don't trust yourself, if you don't have hope for your future and you don't have faith, all of that kind of is another way to say confidence, right? If you don't have all of that, you're never going to be able to create your next best chapter. All right, let's just claim it right now. Let's just decide right now. Let's stop overthinking, stop waiting, stop hesitating. Fucking decide right now. What is something you're going to do? What's something you've been holding in? What's something you haven't been saying? What's something that you haven't allowed yourself to even dream because you're so afraid it wouldn't happen, or you don't know how it would happen, right? Let's stop fucking waiting. Decide today, claim it, put it out there. If any of this hits home for you, all right? I know I've been kind of all over the place. I usually am, but I would love it if you would share this group with a woman that you feel like could use a little boost, a community of women to feel, midlife women to feel supported in, right? because we're all dealing with the same shit, really. It just depends on the day. It's kind of different for each of us what we're dealing with, but the themes are the same, what women over 40 are dealing with. So if you know somebody who could use a supportive community of midlife women, please send this link to them. Let them, see if they would like to join. Because I'm just trying to build a community. I want all women to live their best lives, right? I'm trying to get the word out. So if you could help me, that would be great. But also it would help them too to feel some support. Because you know what, we're all done waiting. We're done. We've put our dreams and our wishes and our wants, and we put it on hold for everybody else over the past however many decades, right? It's our time. It is our time. But I know it's uncomfortable because we're not used to putting ourselves first. So I'm here to help you do that. Because we have to choose our confidence every day. Every damn day you have to choose being confident. Are you going to be confident or are you going to be stagnant? Totally up to you. But let's choose to trust ourselves. Let's choose to have hope for our future. Let's choose to have faith in our abilities and our capabilities, and our desires. Have faith in your desires that they are valid, right? I love you all. Let me know if any of this resonates. Go out into the world and trust yourself, trust your intuition. Decide that your future is bright, that your best years could be ahead of you. Your best years are ahead of you. I'm not even going to say could be. Your best years are ahead of you, no matter what's been happening in the past. Your best years are in the future, and you need to make it so. All right? And part of that is by building what we've been talking about today. And if you want more empowerment tools, if you're not on my email newsletter and you want weekly kind of tips and, kind of inspiration, how you can live your best life after 40, then leave a comment, get in my DMs. I'll get you on my email newsletter. I send a newsletter out every Friday just with some, different things that I think that have either helped me, my clients, other women over 40, because like I said, we're all dealing with the same shit. Different day, different things, but the themes are the same of what we are all dealing with. And I just want you to know, we're in this together. We're all in this together, and I'm here to help you. I'm here to hold hands with you on the journey. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you, and I will see you next Thursday.